Here's a quick little video about how to go about practicing arietta in C major. If you haven't done this already, if you have, that's okay. We can just go over what you're doing hands separately. So once you've checked your chart, what these notes are in the first two measures, then you apply those and just repeat them several times. And you can notice also that there are some slurs over the eighth notes, but not over the quarter notes. So those should be nice and separated. That's the first two measures. And then the next two, notice that the rhythm is the same, but the notes are different this time. It's like a question and an answer. So I'm going to do the first one again, the first two measures, and then with the second two measures, and listen to how it's a question and an answer. It's really light. Everything is piano here. So that's the first line. And now we have a longer answer on the next line. Measure 5 and 6. Just do those two. And be really light on those Fs. Staying right on their fingertip of finger 4. And then measures 7 and 8 are all legato, eighth notes. So this line fits very well all together. That's measure 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now there are lots of repeated Fs in there, and they kind of we want to make a musical direction with those ones. We don't want to be too still on them. So just feel like they're going somewhere. Next line, the next two measures are pretty simple. Rest, rest. That's all it is. Be very light and gentle because the left hand is going to be a little bit more active in those measures. And then 11 and 12. It's like a hybrid between measure 7 and measure 4. It's kind of like those two got put together. Still some lifts between the repeated notes. Okay, and now this line, the fourth line, is probably going to take most of your attention. So the first three lines are generally pretty simple, and then when we get to here, there's some movement in the right hand. And then you'll notice that there are some numbers on top of the notes for the right hand line here, and we're going to use those. We are going to copy what they have here. So it starts almost the same as the beginning, but we have to shift over by one key. Right to here. Onto 4, so that you can make it up to the A. Like that, because we need to reach that note. So that's the 13 and 14. And there's a little crescendo. And then what comes after that, we have to move our hand. We need to shift our hand back down. So it'll be F, E, E, D. So you have 3 on F, 2 is on that one, and then 3 goes to the E, and 3 is on the D sharp. There is another option for this if you really don't like how those fingers are going. I would maybe actually do that differently, and maybe we can talk about that on how you were practicing it if you like to do this a different way. We have another option. Okay, and then the last line, similar to what we've done before, similar to this one, we have to do the move again. 4 up to 4. And 3 on the E so we can do the 16th notes. And this whole line is forte actually. pretty much it. So in that fourth line, 13, 14, 15, 16, those measures, spend a little bit of time figuring out what your hands are doing here. And we can come up with an option here. You can actually keep your hand just in the same position and then just use the finger 3 on the D sharp. Okay, that's the right hand. The left hand, this is more just, it has a little bit of moving around, but not really. It's mostly in this with 1 on C. There's only a little bit of movement at the very, very ending. So it's nice and simple. For this one, we want it to be light and bouncy, all of these quarter notes. None of them are slurred. They're all separated. Movement that's at the very ending. This one, you can do this in, I would do this one in 4 measure chunks. I think that you can do it in 2 measure chunks too, but there's sometimes only 3 notes. It's a little bit detailed. So doing whole lines at a time, you might have fun in that 3rd line, but stay relaxed. We're close to 8th notes. There's one movement there. All the way to the ending. I think that the left hand, you'll be able to sort a lot of that out. Just listen for pitches, and if you're unsure of any notes, check your chart and see if you can remember what they are.